Now we are going to see Tower of Hanoi problem. So generally for Tower of Hanoi, we have two different rules. One is from if A is the source and C is the destination, B is an intermediate. We need to move all the disks from A to C. So this is what we need to move from A to C. We need to move it. How we can be able to do it? So we have three different slides. So we will be moving from A to C. So this is one of the rule, and only one disk can be moved at a time. So this also we need to take into consideration. So such that as we have three different towers, so take for example, if we were about to move this small one to here, so only one disk can be moved at a time and not two, three at a time. So we need to take this as well as one of the rule of Tower of Hanoi. So for this, let's follow four different types of rules. So take for example, I have four arguments n. A will be the source, C will be the destination, and within intermediate, I will be having B. So all these things. So how I can be able to write it? So take for example, I am having three values when n is equal to 3. In this case, so let me take this. Okay, so here, why not? We can be able to try with 2 as well. So only I have two different types of values here. So over here, I just have two different types of disks. So I need to, firstly, what I'm going to do is, I have to move all these to this one. So this is our prerequisite. I'm going to split this problem into n minus 1. So such that I'm going to split this problem. Only these many things. I'm just going to leave one, n minus 1. So this I need to move over here. So I have this. So I need to move from A to B. This is what is the condition. A to B. So I'm going to take like this. So intermediate will be C. So what will be the output then? I will be having one here, smaller one here. So this is how I will be achieving from A to B, and the intermediate will be C. Again, let me take this only one. So one, I need to move from A. This is my A. I need to move to C, right? So I need to take this A to C. Here intermediate will be B. So what will be my output? So from A to C, I need to move larger one to here. So I will be having larger one here and the smaller one here. Again, I'm going to make a fourth condition, n minus 1, wherein I need to move from B to C, right? So B to C, and I'll be having intermediate as A. Okay, let me write down the condition as well. So over here, I'll be having the smaller one here, larger one here. I need to move from B to C. B to C, I have to move. So what will be my output? Yeah, I have my output. So this is what we will be calling like Tower of Hanoi. I hope this will be 100% clear for you. So these are all the four conditions that we need to take into consideration. Let's implement this into a code. So before implementing this into a code, let's write down this four conditions as uh, A is our source and B is our intermediate and C is our destination. How we can be able to write all these four conditions? One is N. We will be having source, intermediate and a destination. This is our first condition. And the second condition is N minus 1 source, and we'll be having destination and intermediate. This is our second condition. Again, we will be having third condition like n source, destination, and intermediate. Fourth condition is n minus 1, intermediate, and we'll be having source and we will be having destination. So these are all the four conditions that we need to take into consideration. Let's code this. So let's take a class tower, public class tower. Here I'm going to create a function. Public static, we will be having a function public static void tower of Hanoi. Here I'm going to create four parameters like integer n, character source, character intermediate, and I'll be having character destination. Okay, I have created a function. Here, for our understanding purpose, I'm going to take if n is equal to 1 in the sense, I'm going to print the value like system.out.println. Here, I'm going to print source and just our destination plus destination. Okay, we have it. I'll just return the value. Here, I have written the first condition. I need to mention the remaining three conditions as well. So, Tower of Hanoi. Here, first one is n minus 1, and we have source, destination, and intermediate. Okay, and we will be having Tower of Hanoi 1, comma, source, intermediate, and destination. And we will be having Tower of Hanoi again n minus 1, intermediate, source, and destination. Clear? I hope this will be clear. I'll be creating a main function as well. Public static void main string args. I have created it. Here I just make a function call. Uh, let's call like Tower of Hanoi 3. Let's take the input as 3. Uh, by the way, we have seen it for 2. Let's take it for 3 here. I'll declare three different characters like A, B, and C. Whatever you need, if we can be able to take it, just for our understanding, I have to this. Let's run this. Yeah, we have this path, right? A to B and all these things. So we have it. Let's try to demonstrate this. I have copied it. Let me paste it here. Here we will be having these values. Let's try to demonstrate this. From A to C, we will be having three different values. So n is equal to 3. So let's take three values. I'm going to put from A to C. So such that what will be our value? So small will be here. And we will be having A to B. So this is our A, B, and C. So from A to B, I need to move it. So larger one will be here, intermediate will be here, small will be here. From C to B, I need to move it. So what is C to B? So such that what will be my output? My smaller one will be along with this. So I have moved it wherever my larger one is here. And I'll be having A to C. So such that the larger one will be moved over here and the intermediate and smaller one will be here. Okay. And I'll be having B to A. So such that middle one will be here, smaller one will be here, larger one will be here. Okay. And we will be having B to C. So such that larger one will be here, medium is here, smaller one will be here. I'm going to move A to C. So such that larger, medium, smaller one will be moved over here. So this is how we can be able to achieve whenever n is equal to 3. So similarly, let's try it for recursion. So how we can be able to demonstrate for recursion. So here, take for example, as we have value like n is equal to 3. So here, function call that we are making, three different function call for n we are making. What are all those things? N minus 1, 1 and n minus 1, right? So here also I'm going to split it as 3. One is n minus 1, 1 and n minus 1. So 1 as it is 1, so it will be remaining the same. I'm going to split it for this. So such that n minus 1, 1 and n minus 1. So this is how we will be having the function call. Okay, so here let's take like what is n? N will be 3, right? So A, B and C. So this is what we will be calling it as a normal function call. Let me write down the output for this. So for this, A to C will be happening. So each and everything we need to write it individually. A to B and we will be having C to B. Here A to C, B to A, B to C and we will be having A to C. Okay, we have this actually, but how we can be able to achieve this recursion? So let's see one by one. Here n is equal to 3, right? So n, we have it as 3. Here I have split it into 2 because 3 minus 1 is 2. I have splitted the problem as well. Problem statement has been split. So here what will be the n minus 1? So we need to consider the four different statement. So whenever it is n, so we will be having a, b, c. N minus 1 in the sense we will be having a, c, b. Whenever it is 1, it should be a, b, c. Again, whenever it is n minus 1, it should be b, a, c. Okay, so these are all the four conditions. I have directly substituted like source A, intermediate B, destination C. So I have directly substituted all these values. So here we had n, A, B, C. So for n minus 1, what will be the value here? N minus 1 is 2. A, C, B, right? So A, C, B. So we have this. So over here, we have took this. Here again, we will be having n. So this will be our n. We will be splitting it as n minus 1. So here what will be our value? As it is again ACP, so I need to take it for 1. So for 1, I have just made, see here, this two values now, this one gets swapped here. So this two values has been swapped. So what will be my values then? A. So this will be getting swapped. So what will be my value then? B and C. So I have written my source and destination only here. It's correct now. So A to C. Okay. So over here, what about the one condition? So one is like ABC as it is. So we need to write it as it is. So such that what we will be having? One. What is for this? We need to write it as it is for one condition. ABC has to be like ABC. So I will write it as such ABC. So here source is A and the destination is C. Sorry, ACB, right? So I need to write it as it. So one ACB here. Source is A, destination is B. So such that it is also correct. What about n minus 1 condition? So here what we have done, so we have it here. So check here for n minus 1, we have swapped first two values. So first two values has to be swapped. So 1, first two values means C, A, B has to be swapped. So for a better understanding, I have done this. So source will be B and destination, because see here A, B, C for n minus 1 condition, first two values has been swapped. So that's what I have done. Let's take for first one condition then. It is an intermediate condition. For these three conditions, see here n minus 1 we have executed. Again, we will be having intermediate condition. What it is as it is. So we will be writing like A, B, C for what one, right? So one A, B, C. So A will be the source and C will be the destination again. So we have written it. What about n minus 1 again? So for 2, it will be 3 minus 1 is 2. So we will be having it as 2. Here, 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 will be here. So we will be writing like 1. Okay. So here, it is the left condition. See, we have three conditions. N minus 1, 1, n minus 1. N minus 1, 1, n minus 1. So see here, A, B, C, right? For n, first n to n minus 1, what we need to do? We need to swap 1 and 3, right? Sorry, BC has to be swapped to CB. So what is the value here first? So it is the right condition. So we need to complete this first. For this, what will be the value? 2 comma. So see here, it's the rightmost condition. So ABC now, first two values has to be swapped. So what is the first two values here? AB, right? So that has to be written like BAC. Okay, we have written it. Again, we need to calculate with the left condition. What it is here? So n to n minus 1 is we need to swap last two. So what is last two here? AC. So we need to write it like last two has to be swapped means AC has to be like CA. We have see source is same, destination is same. So that is correct. So let's take the intermediate one. Just simply write as it is BAC. Yeah, B is source, C is destination. It is also correct. Again, we will be having n minus 1. So it's a right condition, rightmost condition. So what we will be doing, first we will be swapping first two values. First two values has to be swapped. So what are the first two values here? B, A. So 1, because n minus 1 is 1, B, A is A, B, and we will be making B, A to A, B, and so such that source will be A and destination will be C. That's it. So all these conditions has to be executed, so such that we will be getting the output. I think it will be very clear for you. So such that with the help of recursion, we can be able to achieve this. Thank you.